Okay, then we should, device. Yep, that's the one. Alright. Key. Beautiful. Now, let me just do that real quick. Usually I just the input filter down on my end. I'm not great for the mic to have such high gain all the time, but it's a pain in the ass to turn. So we're just doing it this way. Anyway, welcome on in. Hi again. My name is Lee. We fixed our stream issues ahead of time. I'm getting good at this. I actually noticed and fixed it before we even had anything. So welcome on in. What am I gonna do? Let me go here. Over here. Should be good. Okay. So 5 minutes of the ad break. Welcome on in. Let me actually today remember to um um yeah. So yesterday was Wednesday, and I was in my stream yesterday. Would be aware that I did not stream about Greyhawk. Um um okay. Anyone who was in the stream would be aware I did not do Greyhawk stream yesterday like I usually do on Wednesdays. Because I kind of um cool. Um um yes. Uh yep. Um 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 yeesh. Um okay, let me see. I'm going to that's not good, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna Greyhawk. Sorry. Um I am very easily distracted. Today is Greyhawk Day. And every um sort of. Hawk. Mm-hmm. Um 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 yeep. Yeah, it's a funny thing if you put commas instead of dots in a link because HTTP it will still there we go. It will still go through, but you know, which is an odd thing. So welcome on in. Oh, the ad break starts. Excellent. So I got Kit. I'll get the Greyhawk wiki open. While that's I think we have enough time. Let me just do we'll get the wiki open. Wiki feed. Greyhawk wiki. Welcome. And you know it's gonna be Roxas. Um and the ad will start, and then we'll. Okay. Cool. You know, we'll just do this during the ad break. It's cool. Let me find that. Yeah. I mean, I actually don't need it being here. Both. Um. Let me just this a little bit. Let me. Sorry, one last ad break so I can do this. Lord Games. I have three variants in that. Okay. So sorry about that. Greyhawk. I'll love. You know, we'll go my own downloads because that'll sort of be in there too. Beautiful. Okay. Let me bring this up. Should be right there. Yep. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Welcome back. I think the ad break's over. Not that one. This one. Why is why is that one? Okay. We are learning. Yeah, streaming is a whole thing. But yes, welcome on into the stream. So far we have no one, but you know, they will come. I have one viewer. Welcome on in. But you know, during the break, um, yeah, pre-rolls are off, and um, it doesn't have the timer countdown. It used to have the timer countdown. That show you how long it was until they turned back on again, and they do not have that anymore. Anyway, maybe that means it's just automatically off. I mean, when saturation is higher, they just don't. That's not you earn time or whatever. It's just automatically off. I hope so. That'd be nice, but we'll see. Okay. So, in any case, welcome on in. Um, um, yes. So, live stream. Wednesday happened. Let me look through Roxas. I'd say we got this one. Charles Sargent. We got Grand Woodlawn. We had a lot. We've done a lot of. Ooh. That's gonna be a fun. And we'll probably go with that one. That section. I think we've gone through most of these sections. Like this close to finishing this book. By the end of the year, it's gonna be done. And we're gonna move on to, I don't know, the Monster Manual or something. I got a copy from Lord but I might as well use it. I've had to bring it out on stream before just to look up stuff, and we've had a few entries where I was like, all right, well, I guess we're putting this in from the Monster Manual. But for now, let's do this. Okay, that's not a good feeling. Welcome on in. Let's just say, yeah, Roxas. So, in the capital city, yes, regulars, companion guard, and tower guard, town guard, main loyal. So there's 3 sets of guards. I don't know how we're gonna. That's a whole separate. But yeah, we've been doing what we've been doing for Roxas. Which you know, is we've been doing the cityscape one, palace compound, other sites around the city. We might need to do another. But yes. Next Zelazar's house. In Chinkin has Nalix amid a river. Depraved and mostly diseased doxies, along with fighting pit in the basement, features fights to death. Yes, we did that. Okay. So there, that was Zelazar's house. Now, what else we got in the city? So every, well, basically what we're doing is, we're talking about, there's a section in the thing called Cityscape, and what we've been doing is going through and finding all of the things. So, population, falls, the death rate was skyrocketing at the time. Um, yeah, in the year of peace, which is 1885, which is the 1 year between when the Greyhawks War ended and when Ivid was killed, maybe? Pretty vague on what happened exactly. No one quite sure. I think the WotC developers left it vague on purpose, possibly. Um, if it was them in TSR who did that. Not TSR who did what happened post Roxas. Okay. Let us begin. Let's see. Okay, so religion, and we talked about the different noble individuals, demographics. We are keeping pin in that. And then citations. Ivid, different ones on the Ivid the Undying. And various, yeah, it's the different parts of Ivid and a couple of Dragon magazines. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back to the cityscape section. I think that's what we're going to start with today. That's what we've been doing. We've been going through the cityscape, and then I suppose we could zigzag and start doing people as well as for that. But I think what we're going to do for today is we're going to open up the boxes. Trees and floods, disease, locations and key details. Tomb of... Okay. Caps Court, support buildings, Tower of the Dead. Alright, we've been going through. Tower of the Fiend tonight. Karulk's Tower. I always want to say Karluk, and it's Karulk. He's an interesting one. Okay, yes. Spy Master of Valis, we went through. Screaming Column, which sounds terrifying. Half High's Meat and Ale, that's the next one. After this boarding house. These guys, okay, so these are, actually, the Imperial. Um, 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 the Red Dragon, Tavern. Okay, so I'm gonna do city areas, militia buildings. Oh, this area of the city, okay. Viper tenements, so these are neighborhoods. Alright, so I'm going to, and then the Undercity. I'm gonna do businesses of note. We're gonna do a separate section for businesses. You know what? I think we're gonna do that. I think that other sites around the city. Yeah, we'll put it between. We can either put it. Oh yeah, I think what we're gonna do. All right, I'm gonna start the stopwatch up. So essentially, for those of you who don't know, it is Game of Tomes Day, as well as being Greyhawk Day, a day late. It's also Game of Tomes, so that's a writing group I'm part of, and we essentially compete to do how much writing stuff and working on wiki entries like this. Doesn't count as full drafting because I'm mostly not working my own words, but it still counts toward the creative process because, sharing stories and stuff is what we do. So we then, creators have been figuring out how to count that in a way that accurately reflects the effort and dedication that people put into telling these stories. So they've put light edits, which is a kind of catch-all term for, I mean, it does, cat things, image IDs, and captioning. There's a full list of rules, but typo hunting, essentially light edits count stuff like typo hunting and transcribing, copying stuff over from written to typed, and typo hunting and formatting adjustments. And then heavy edits is when you're like pulling out paragraphs and like going back to make sure that you keep things consistent and stuff like that. is heavy edits. But we've decided that I think I've talked. I think I've definitely cleared with Sable at some point. But we've basically been. This counts as light edits because it's nothing crazy, but it's secretarial kind of look it up in the book, put it in the wiki formatting, stuff like that mostly, and just making sure the links work. Yeah, so we've kind of said that editing this counts as light edits, and then I think Shai said it could count for articles too, but anyway, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna adjust it. I think that's a good call, and if Kit disagrees, she can go back and fix it. Being our oh right, let me say, Kit is the kind of one who runs this little wiki, and is our chief grand poobah of the looker upper stuff people. I think is the title we gave her at one point. Which, you know what, is it title? But yes, okay, so there's that. Now, plan. So let's start this stopwatch so I can keep track of that. I get 15 words a minute on this stuff, and yep. This will work, I think. Yep, it's just letting me. Okay, cool. So let me open this up. Okay, so there. Yeah, I'm gonna start the watch, and let's go to perfect. Okay, so all right, so what we're going to do about this compound other. I'm gonna say other sites. Um. Okay. Um. Businesses of note. We're going to go to here, Cityscape, edit source. What I'm gonna do is businesses of note is gonna go under. I think we can go under other sites around the city. Businesses of note. I think that's just the easiest way to do it. Businesses of note. We can range it, but business is that how you spell? Business is one of those words that it does not make sense in my mind that it's spelled the way it is and said the way it is, but it is, and okay. Um. Um. Let's see other businesses. Um. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so let's do that. Beautiful. Not many viewers, but that's okay. We are gonna keep going with this. This is gonna be awesome stuff. So, Zeltazar's house. Um. Um. Okay, let me pop this in a little bit, and then I'm move it over. If you want to see, let me. Yep, that's the. This is the. What's it? The word. In any case, okay, yeah. So, Palace of the Ever King, Cityscape. Um. Other businesses, yes. So what we have, this is businesses of note. Okay. Zelatar's house. Another notable business is another. Um. 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 Yes. Um. Um. Mm-hmm. Cool. Wordy girl. Whoa. Hello. Hello. Welcome on in. Wordy's friends. Hello, everyone. Androlites and writers and friends all. Welcome on in. My name is Lee, and today is Greyhawk. I usually do Greyhawk on Wednesdays, but because I forgot yesterday and did something else, we're doing something else instead. Um, um, what's the tavern called? But yes, welcome on in. A dream cartographer and Seth G. Stewart. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. So come join us. My name is Lee, and let me bop this down for a sec. Hi, welcome on in. So I'm pausing the stopwatch because we're doing GOT. I'm doing light edits by time for to report the words, and it is a word for those of you who are also GOT people who are in Wordy stream. It is a reporting stream for GOT as well. But welcome on in. We are. Yes, my name is Lee. I welcome on in. What else? What I was gonna say? Oh yes. So, today is a because we're doing Greyhawk today. I've been editing this Greyhawk wiki. I don't know how much you guys know about Greyhawk, but it is a D&D setting from it started in the 80s. I think I think it was the oldest setting before right before the Forgotten Realms were created. Ed Greenwood, there was Greyhawk before there was Forgotten Realms, and there's the Forgotten Realms, and then Wizard of the Coast decided to kind of just focus in on the Forgotten Realms and leave Greyhawk behind. Hi. Yeah, my brain. I had an appointment. That I had to go to and didn't get a lot of sleep, and my brain. So I went to the appointment. I came back, and my brain just kind of went sideways, and I forgot. I remembered it was Wednesday, but I forgot Wednesday and Greyhawk were connected. So I did the stream, but I did a completely non-Greyhawk related stream, and then I realized what I'd done, and I was like, well, I guess we could do Greyhawk today instead. So let's do it. So yes, we just got a raid in from Wordy Girl, who is, by the way, if you're one of those people who weren't not Wordy Girl, I think I've rated her from here before. She is the coolest. She is such a sweetheart, and one of the wonderful people in the world who just. It's the kind of person you're like, oh, we have faith in humanity. Yes, humans are okay. Haha, perfect. But yes, Plankton buddies. But yeah, Wordy is one of those people that like restores your faith in humanity. You're like, oh yeah, there are good people in the world. She's just sweet to be around and lovely. Okay, so Wordy's cool. Absolutely follow her. She runs this basically writing camp program. Can It's true though, like it kind of runs parallel to GOT. And I'm kind of half in, and it's just some of the prompts are really fun, and you always have a good time there. So so Wordy Girl. I sidetracked, but to say hi to Wordy and all her people and explain the sitch, but essentially, uh, but yeah, essentially the what was I gonna say? Essentially the what we are doing is we are going to Roxas. So, um, uh, um, Roxas, yes. So, I've been working on Roxas, and I figured, that, Roxas was, here we go. That's the one. Um, oh, yes. Sorry, we did get distracted. But yes, I went back to the book, and I realized something, and I'll see if you just agree with this. Let me restart the watch. I'm counting the got words by editing by minute. Okay, so what I decided to do was I figured that we could do businesses of note. So basically, in the cityscape section, you'd put other sites around the city, and then businesses of note, and that would be Zelazar's. I should have put it maybe cities of note, and then other sites around the city. I might change that, but the reason I did it this way so I could just take I didn't have to like move the paragraph about Zelazar's. But the theory was there's the Half High, there's the taverns, there's the another business tavern called what's the one? Half High's Meat and Ale. Provide decent refreshment. Or it's more of a brewery, and then there's Thara's Boarding House. Yes, And then the Imperial Grand Theater and Golden Grain and the Red Dragon, the taverns, at least a couple of them. The theater might be back from other sites, but basically, my theory was we could at least, there's a bunch of taverns and stuff, so I figured that could get its own section. And but then the Royal Guild of Merchants might go back in other sections as well. And then we can see what we do about these, noble, just basic overview. Maybe put that in the in the first paragraph of sentiments, like we have this area, this area, this area, and this area, and then all of the specifics, like on the palace you have this, and then the palace compound you have this, and you have these businesses, and then you have other things around as well. But yes, I'm thinking that's how we could do the organization. So what we're doing is going through the businesses and just mentioning them, the ones that are in the book as notable. Notable businesses, including Half High's Tavern, is a brewer, by the name of, what's his name? Because this guy, it seems to me, it's more of a not necessarily a tavern as such, but a brewery. Half High's Mead and Ale. Half High's Mead and Ale, run by the halfling Half High. That's his name. A brewery of sorts. He does apparently since brewed. Okay. Of Half High, who is a brewery. The name is. Then we're just gonna do Half Highs. Half Highs. But no. Okay. Mead and Ale. That might be a way to do it. Half Highs Mead and Ale. Yes, and then run by the halfling Half High. Yes. Um, um, Half High. He makes some of the best. What is the best? What does he make? Their specialties. Let me see. Porter beer. Yes. He makes dark porter beer that. He is with some freedom. No, he operate. He has been able to operate. As long as he can, has because the Overking Ivid. We're gonna. Delivers casks of um Um, K9, hi, welcome on in. I'm glad I saw you in chat. I'm doing okay. I spaced out a little bit yesterday, so we are doing Greyhawk today, on Thursday instead of on Wednesday. So that's fun. Um, yes. Hopefully you're doing well as well. But yeah, welcome on in. So, Half High is a halfling who makes Half High's Mead Nail, who makes this really yummy dark ale that apparently David is very fond of. Um, what was I gonna say? How do we put this in with an easy way to do it? Zeldar's Half High, yes. Provide, survive simply fact the provision. Yes. Um, yes. Yeah. Terrified, of course, but no faithful. Um, I'm doing okay. Yes. Ooh, cool news. Feel free to share if you want. Always good that people get good news. Yes. Let's see. Um, uh, um, yes. Uh, yes, I'm not going to bite on the viewers, but Criminals of Ball 4, huh? But you can stay and watch even if you're a paid show for that. Let's see, Matt, Half Eyes Me Nail. Trying to think of how to put he isn't fanatically loyal. Um, even without showing, as long as he has, even without showing. Yeah. Let me just. I think that's a good start, right? That's enough. We right. Don't put too much in. Um. Yes. Oh, you've been working on a TTRPG. That's really cool. Um. Yay! That's very exciting. Hopefully you can get a link. If you put a link to it on my Discord, I'll put a link to it, Discord. I can do a stream, honestly, because I do, occasionally, like, do random TTRPGs that aren't D&D. And I would it'd be absolutely kind of fun to put one in, especially with, um, yeah, it'd be fun to do yours. You can get a copy, wherever you get copies, probably. I'm hoping, are you putting it out through DriveThruRPG? Because if you are, I know you're in the Discord, but mostly a reminder for everyone else. But yes, if you want to put it in the Discord, go for it. Throw it up in the Discord. Throw a link to TTR. Yeah, throw up to a link to Drive Through or itch.io, and I'll get a copy, and we'll do it. We'll do it on stream. That's great. Congratulations. Um, that is fabulous. Cheers. Mm. Also, everyone should remember to hydrate. But yes, cheers to that. That is great news. Um, yes. Okay. Um. Uh. Yeah. Wordy Girl's also reminding us because I have water and juice in my thing, but yes, do remember to hydrate. Actually, since we're gonna have an ad break, um, in a little bit, what we could do is I can uh create a what is that um oh right, the message, the hydrate or dihydrate message, yes, that you someone as in someone else would Wordy has this cool little series of audio dramas and featuring someone else would, and part of a prize I won in the raffle, I think it was a a special personalized message from him. So cheers to that. We'll play it on stream, I think, too, maybe. But yes, also check out someone else put on Wordy's Ko-Fi because it is a fun little audio series. We're gonna have an ad soon. I'm going to get more water and maybe add some ice cubes, and then we will go back and we will edit. Um, we'll do the rest of the businesses in a minute. Yeah, but well, that's the thing about ad breaks is they tell you, you're gonna have an ad break, and then the countdown. So you're like, okay, we'll time it, and then it doesn't start, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit. But yes, that's the plan. Is probably business of note. It's the next one on our list. Um, Urthara's, yes. Jeremy thought to have some embarrassing inside information on one of the captain's guard. Accomplished thief and poisoner. Okay. A senior member of the Thieves Guild. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. We'll be back in a flash. Uh, um, water. Um. Blah. Hello and welcome back. Hang on. Let me get the what's it? Boop. I'm back. Yes. Yeah, that was a fun one. Yes. Um. Yeah. Um. A little Marcouth, but is he's suave and um debonair as someone has a little he is just a little more suaveness than just hydrate or dihydrate, but um yeah, I thought it was clever and bleh. Um, I got a feel for the voice. Dialogue is something a skill set that we have, and honestly, yeah, you give a good sense of someone, and he's right enough that I can kind of pick up on that. Like that is what he would say. But yes, we're gonna. Oh yes, so what we were going to say was we were gonna go back and edit. Yeah. Okay. So fun stuff. We're going back to Roxas here. And the boarding house. We'll just next paragraph. Businesses of note. We're put our in businesses of note. I think boarding house can go businesses of note. Let's do this. Edit source. Voila. And then we go to tracking time because we're editing by time. Forgot. If you're not in GOT, by the way, it's pretty cool. Yes. So, um, uh, there. Um, one of the few places um, that allow mm, uh, mm, in Roxas in the city. It not it is not heavily monitored. Monitored, but town guard. Um. mm, mm. Yeah. Ye. You. But yeah, someone else would is very much a vibe. You're like, that is someone. Um, he's a lot of fun. Like I said, go to Wordy Girls Ko-fi. I'll post a link actually in my Discord to Wordy Girls Ko-fi because I feel like, and you can get the someone like, pretty sure you can get audio variants of some of someone's adventures and just like yes, those ones. Um, New senior members of the Thieves Guild give hold meetings in our cellar from time to time. Varied. Exiles from Negi North Province, mercenaries trying to avoid conscription, and others we found here, particularly because the exiles here, it is a good place to learn events beyond the city walls. Good to know. So what we're gonna say is, blah 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 blah. Ertharis, yes. So, one of the few places to stay in the city that is not, town guard. Everyone is Ertharis boarding house. Boarding. BOA. Board. As in room and board. Okay. The other thing is with specific names, you have to double check that you. Erthara. Okay, you see. Because you can't get those to spell check, you have to double check. Except for someone else would, because his. Or someone else. Someone at least part. He has a very spellable name that will go through the spell checker, but most, like Erthara, that's not a proper word, so it doesn't go through. Yes, she is Thieves Guild. Yeah, rumor has it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, wait, we put the citation on the other side. This is why it counts as light edits, is because a lot of it's just double check the spelling and put the period the right place. Okay. Let's see. Thara, Town Guard, Thara's boarding house. Rumor has it. Yes, piece of dirt on who? On one of the captains of the guard. Um, um, uh, oh, no one knows for certain. That's the one. But rumor has it. Rumor has it. No. Sorry, that's a good song. Let's see. Yes, the captain guards. Um, Earth Thara. Oh, that. Yeah. So that Thara herself has some. She is. Thieves Guild and occasionally in her basement. Yes, in the basement of the house. should we bring the? Let's see. Is that that's an interesting question. You're like, yep, that song. It's. I've never actually heard. It's one of those songs that you learn about because of AMVs. I don't know if any of you are, as a millennial, particularly, um, various. They would make AMVs, which then extended to non-anime related as well. Like they would do edits with live action, like Merlin, the BBC was a big one. But they would do these edits of like clips from the show and or fan art, and they would put them to a thematic song that linked to one of the characters. And rumor has it was like that was one of the ones. I think it was an Arthur, Guinevere, Lancelot like thing from BBC Merlin that I first saw it in, but like, and you get these really good songs, and the only reason you know about them is because these videos that someone is like, I want to put a video that song works it with that. Um, I made one actually in my youth that I think YouTube audio struck the copyright out of, so I couldn't, or copyright struck the audio out of, so like they used to do that where they'd strip the if it was an audio copyright strike, they'd leave the video up but just take the music out, and it was and then it's just a slideshow of fan art, which is kind of cool, but. Oh, yes. Full of. Oh, right. Was going to do this. Yes. Uh. Um. Occasionally. Um. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then we'll put this in there. Da da. If it worth putting in there, but I can't figure out quite how to do that yet. So we're gonna start with this. Imperial, the Grand Theater. Yes. Villainies of Nairon, especially well received by his celestial ascendancy. There is performed attended by all of his lackeys. When he goes there, um, yes, when the guardhouse is full of guarantees such times. House is guaranteed full at such times. Anyone entering knows well enough to cheer the Overking madly when he makes his entrance during the intermission between acts as he leaves. Dubious delights of attending these performances are enlivened by Ivan's occasional commands to execute performers he doesn't care for, which are carried out on the spot. Oh, wow. Okay, And he's further sparked by well-intentioned but hopeless assassination attempts against Ivid. The last in Patchwell being made by 3 thieves armed with glass globes of dust of sneezing and choking, which only succeed in killing 50 or so if it's Imperial regulars. Oh, wow. Okay, this is the theater. Yeesh. Okay. Let's see. Um, 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 let's see. I'm not usually, inhabited. Under the radar. Actually, yeah, that's interesting. See, under the radar is an interesting expression because, it wasn't, it isn't one of those ones, they use it in the thing. Um, um, keeping out of sight. That's how they use it. It's interesting to say keeping out of the under the radar on a Greyhawk which is well before it was yes. Um, with avoid the notice. Let's say it's to avoid the notice. Um, Um, Mercenaries. I think the correct modern term is private military contractors, which we do have them. That's what we got in this day and age, which are basically just mercenaries, but they're with a coat of paint. But you know, all right. Let's see. Sometimes with people, that's what we need. Okay, there's that. Imperial, the theater, Golden Grain Tavern, Red Dragon. I think I want to put the theater separately than a business, which kind of sounds silly, but Red Dragon. Um, and then well, yeah, we'll put the Royal. Um, yes. The old meeting hall. Yes, they leave the guild house well alone. Um, Robon. Who was okay? Hang on. Oh, Robon Peniden, deputy guildmaster. Okay, let me. Fate of the Overking. J E. Oh, Erthara. Uh, GH. So half I didn't make it in, but Erthara did. Hang on. Jade. Karuk. Patriarch. Qril. I'm just checking this. Oh yes, he is in our notable people section, which means he's going to get a. Um, yeah, that's the modern term for people like what's his name? Had a the Russian commander of the mercenary forces. But yeah, they Prigozhin. That's it. That is the most well modern example. Who apparently tried to failed coup, but that is kind of the term that people use nowadays. But I was going to say Karuk shaken. Oh yes, this. So that is the next thing. Whispers and ventures. Oh yeah. So if there's a rumors and yeah, there's a rumors. Um, yes. Undercity dwellings, vipers. Yes. So that let's go in the main. Yep. All right. We're gonna put an theater in. That's how we're gonna do this. I think I might. Let's do. I'm gonna put a pin in theater. We're gonna do it. Golden Grain Tavern. Interesting. Um. Good to know. The Golden Grain Tavern. Um. Though yes. Perfectly innocuous tavern, frequented by those few mages, and then we'll put the fact that they are holding like full-on meetings there. Yes. Um. Yes. So. Okay. So we're gonna add it. Let's see. Okay. So we'll do this. This Aard boarding house. Yep. Oh. Yep. Businesses of note. Boarding house. You got the ale place. You got. Okay. Then. The next one is the tavern. I'm gonna put a pin in the theater because I feel like it, maybe not its own section, but like, I feel like that might go in other places in the city rather than businesses of note. So what we're gonna do is, yes, we're gonna do that. So okay, it's gonna be an ad, yeah, and then after the ad break in 10 minutes, we'll kind of do. But let's start with Golden Grain, and then there's the Red Dragon. Um, Appropriated. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, Animist with the abilities of 15th level fighter. Yeesh. Okay. Um, he controls his, yeah, he is an Animist. Okay, 50 elite warriors bristle with I don't know what to do with that. Let's see. Priest of Nerul, Zamaskin. Okay, let me go back down to... Does Zamaskin have his own... Yeah, so they have this whole... the section of... Guys. No. Interesting. So maybe we put the notes on Red Dragon in the notable individuals section, since he doesn't seem to have a guys section. I might not put a whole page on him, but I might put a page on the notable individuals page. Other than an animus who, yeah, we'll go into the notables individual section and put that in there instead. But what we can do, Golden Grain, I think Red Dragon, yeah, I don't think anything about the tavern other than this. Zamaskin took it over. Yeah, Mobats. Yeesh. Okay, yeah, I think Red Dragon will put in the notable individuals section on with Zamaskin. Since he doesn't even have a guy like enough details to have a full-on page. Because he didn't even have like a little note at the end, unless he has a note in some other part of the book, which not an impossibility. Okay, let's start with Golden Grain though. I think that's how we do for now. Let's start with that. So, yes, oh yeah, by the right, this is what I'm looking at here. This is the section of the book on yeah. So tomorrow, yeah, next Wednesday will be People of Note, Maskin, and with mentions of the Red Dragon that he took over and the theater. But right now we're in Golden Grain. Sorry, I'm. Yes. Okay. So let me open. This back up. I'm gonna open this back up. Okay. So. Van conscription. The Golden Grain Tavern. Is Innocuous Tavern. The only reason, let's see. I don't know what's the matter with it, but we'll see. Yes. Yes. Only really note, I don't know if you noteworthy, the one of the few noteworthy. Let's see. What I put this? Innocuous looking, just part of, is that, um, um yes. Um, frequented. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the rumors and legends section, which we're gonna add in the bottom about. Oh yes, there's magical. By the few mages. Yeah. All right. So there's that. What else we got? Now I have that. Okay, hang on. The Golden Rain Tavern. Um, there's that. Let's see. Maybe we'll, if this saves, and it was published. Okay, excellent. So, there's that. Now, we got the golden grain, the red, which we're going to do. Um, um, okay, that one I think, doesn't go in the businesses section. Okay. Yes, Midnight Darkest Assassins. Yes, okay. I keep careful watch on Erthara. Oh! Hang on. AH. Hang on. AH. Um, Interesting. So that, it should be noted. We'll note that if we do in a page on Athara, alternate spelling the H with a redirect or something. Yeah, we should put a alternate. I think there's a way, alternate spelling notes. Bashiban, I think, had that too, where it's like sometimes it's Bathsheba and sometimes it's Sheben, but it's very clearly the same princess. Yeah, I think something like that. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Yes, so we're gonna have to make a note on that. That it is spelled separately later. Okay, so we got the Imperial Theater, Golden Grain, um, Guild of Old Guild Hall. Okay, so Gypsing Kerr. I think we've heard of this guy before. I think his name sounds familiar. Hang on. We're gonna do something. Nope. I apparently have heard it, but he does not have a. But he does. He is getting a page. So, the Overking, right? Priest of Nero. Oh, right. Midnight Darkness. We did a one on the Midnight Darkness, and he's the head of that. The headquarters of Midnight Darkness are in Roxas. I remember this. He is marking out. Yeah, we found that in the one of the other sections of the book had a bunch of random general information. We did Midnight Dark. That was one of the first pages before I started going section by section. Um, um, that's true, and he does not have a page. He is in fact Midnight Darkness. I think I did a Midnight Darkness because he didn't. Yeah, I did the page about the Midnight Darkness, and he was on that one. Um, right? I think that's how you spell his name. Zinker. 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 Okay. Um, Preceptor should do his bidding. Yes. Yes. Who rebels and slaying? Yes, that's one of his knowns. Okay, so Karn Kiza. Karn Kiza, who is a high-level priest of Nerul. And oh, yes, so he is mentioned on that page. So, what we're going to have to do is go back to that page, and, we'll do that right now. Ad starts in, yeah. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to here. We're going to go to his page real quick. And then we'll do, okay. Karn Kiza, religion, um, yes, we're going to go edit source. We're going to put, because he has a page, we're going to put a link to said page. Minor edit. Yep. Beautiful. If we're going to do a page about him, then we're going to link it to the other page that, yep. Yep, that's the plan. Yes, so, then we're going to go back to Roxas. And then Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. So then they're gonna do an ad. They're gonna start an ad soon, and then I'm gonna stretch for a little bit, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do one or two more little bits and bobs on Roxas, and then call it a day. That's the plan. I think I know we only streamed for a little over an hour, but I also did not get a lot of sleep last night, so I don't want to push it too much. But yes, the actually. Oh well, it's too late to snooze it. Dang, if I thought of that, I would have snoozed it. But anyway, we solved that. So let's. I hate it when it does this. Sorry. Um. Um. Okay. Yep. There we go. Okay. Let me put Addy. Shush. It's being noisy. To put Addy up for a minute. Well, for 30 seconds and get more water. Alright. Oof. I got more water. Alright. Let's do. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna put Addy down high. Hello, hello, and welcome back. Okay. So that'll set up that for Cityscape. Yeah. Okay, so Karul, I think even with that, with 4 business, I think that's enough. Let's see. Yeah, so a small, okay, yes. My come to Roxas. Okay, so I think okay. Apparently stirring up dust. Whew. Thank you. Red Dragon. Yes. Um, blah. Oh! Um, oh, right. When you have new computers are just a whole, it's a process, and it's kind of one of those ones you're just like, ugh, okay. Yes. Yeah, maybe it's just going around. Hang on a second. Alright. Ah, okay. Now, the other thing that we were going to do, one last thing before we end the stream. Let me, Eastern Slums, okay, yes. So, the theater, I'm going to mention, on section, other sites around the city, the theater, yes, the Imperial Theater, um, the Imperial, yes. Uh, every 2 weeks or so, yes. It doesn't specify exactly where, but, um, yeah, alright, hence the name, yes. Temple to, oh, yes. Okay, what's the official name of this theater? Because of the theater. It's pretty cool. Grand Theater, right. The last theater, yes. One of the last, the Imperial Theater. How does it spelled? The Imperial. The Imperial. Um, um, Grandeur has faded slightly. Um, 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 runs. Is still in operation though. From Ivid himself. Um, every few weeks. Um, 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 reenactment of his greatest victories. Yep. Okay. We'll put a, we're gonna leave that for now, and then site source book. Ivid, 33, is it 33? Is the Imperial still in 33, or, yeah, it's still the last one. Yes. Ooh. Yeah. We are going to, okay, so plan is, yep, okay, so we're doing that, and then I will put a note, we'll do Ethereal and the, Zamaskin and Red Dragon. That's for next week. So next week, what I do usually do is, all right, we're gonna put this up. Next week is we go to um, Greyhawk section. Um, oh, Adventures in Art. Oh, right. Um, Dag. Good afternoon, Greyhawk is Damaskin. The more details. All right. Yep, that's our plan. Um. Okay. Okay. Yep. That's for next week. Yep. But appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me, Wordy, Kid, all of you friends, K9. Oh right. I should put that up before I forget in the links to stuff seen on stream. But yes. So the plan is. Thank you all for coming. And then. remember correctly. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. All right. Yep. Okay. And that'll put that. But yeah, thank you all for coming. You guys are awesome. Yes, you as well. Um, you guys are all awesome. Thank you for coming. Could use an app for stream. In the meantime, I will send you off to go raiding. Next week, yeah, probably be back Tuesday, if not before, with more writing. Of course, always fun to have you. It's a good time. Let's go see who we can go raid. Sable's probably on. Tiger right. Oh, Tiger rights. Well, let's keep the got train going. We'll go into. Oh no, JC. You know what? Yeah, let's go into JC Boom. Because I've rated Tiger more recently, but JC Boom, who is the head of Mollusca, which is another one of the houses, forgot and is generally pretty chill. She just fun little octopus vibes. Yeah, and she is a lovely little stream. So let's go hang out with JC. Go on, say hi, pop in and say hi. She's writing Sprint City. Yeah, they're doing sprinting. Okay, so let's go do sprints with. Oh, whoa, whoa. I almost forgot. It is got. Hang on. If any of you are in Game of Tomes, hang on, we'll stop that. Yes, if any of us are in got. Yes, Wordy Girl is very cool. Let me bring out your words. Yes. Bring out your words. Bring out your words. If any of us, any of you guys are got, I will. 48. Okay, so I'm gonna do 48 times 15. And if you aren't officially got, you could become got and put in whatever words you happen to have been writing during the stream. But once you pick a house to report words to, you have to choose that house for the rest of the tournament. But you could randomly pick a house. That's okay. If you're working on editing related things, you can give yourself like 15 words a minute for those. Cause yep, Sarapata. Like I'm going to give myself 720, 720 because I kept the stopwatch going. It's 48 minutes. Edits. Wiki. Yep. Oh, we do have a new tome night. There we go. You see, we are gaining tome nights. Hither and yon. But yeah, if any of you want to become tome knights, any words you wrote during the stream, or 15 words a minute worth of typo hunting or whatever it is, we have a whole more extensive list somewhere. But yes, you can hop in. We're popping down to JC's stream, so you could report if you keep going. You could report in her stream too. But yeah. So do not forget any one words. I think I'm the only one. I might be the only one who has any, but just if any of you do, now is your chance. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I've been doing the edits at Greyhawk for a while, and I'm glad they arranged it so I can count those for words. But yes, so everyone, allons-y, let's go. Now we're gonna actually raid JC. I decided to remind everyone to put their words in. Why? It's one of the annoying things. All right, yep. JC is still streaming. Nope, that's Starburn. Wrong one. I mean, great. There's all sorts of people. Okay. We are on our way to JC. Let's go. Molluscan, Monarch, and General Awesome Sauce. Person. Let's go pop in, say hi, and... Yes, right. Let's go. Take care of yourselves, everyone.